Hi, friends. Welcome to Mayday Roleplay with some new fun faces. We are doing a very, very short campaign. I couldn't even call it a campaign. It's a four-shot. There are likely to be 4 episodes of this lovely little tale from the loop, with 2 members of Mayday and 3 of our wonderful friends. I know I made you guys do this privately. But do it again now for me, please, as we go around and say names, pronouns, and where we can find you. I'll start. I'm Leg. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be GMing for you this round.
I'm Lex. I use they, them pronouns. I'm Titanomic RPG over on Twitter, titanrpg.com. That's easier to spell.
Hi, I'm Allyson. You can find me at Insight Checked on Twitch and Twitter. My pronouns are she, her, and I will popcorn it to Zach.
I'm Zach. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me at Zach the Drak, ZAKTHEDRAK, or Mayday Roleplay. Everywhere it matters. Eloy?
I'm Eli. I am the resident ghost of Mayday Roleplay. You can also find me on Twitter at a ghost of Eli. And yeah.
And I am Kerri Smith. You can find me at Kerri Smith 2012 on pretty much every platform. I am owner of Crossroads Games, and I use she, her pronouns.
Beautiful. Look at these sweet, shiny faces. As I said before, we're going to be playing Tales from the Loop, which is a story about the 80s that never were, with technology, intrigue, dinosaurs, ? Who knows? Some people might have dinosaurs. Who's to say? A little bit about the game. It's going to be a little bit of a love letter to small towns. There are some built towns in here, but I've kind of built our town out. We will be in Wakewind, Montana in 1986. Just a quick little, what's it called? A little overview of what our town's going to be looking like. Built in a fit of optimism just 2 years after the establishment of Boulder City, Nevada, Wakewind never became a boom town like its predecessors in the States, Japan, and Sweden. Over the last 2 decades, Montana's loop has had less to do with the possibility of teleportation or the movement of troops and has veered more towards questionable explorations of scientific limitations in our world. It's not uncommon to hear minor explosions or feel micro-earthquakes from the loop compound, colloquially known as the shed. And though most folks in town are employed by them in one way or another, any information about what goes on inside the high electrified fences is confidential and classified. So you all will know about the shed. You may even have relatives who work in the shed. You may have been inside the shed at some point, either to go with a parent to work or pick something up for a parent, but there's not a whole lot of information about what's really going on in there. The town has a handful of robots, for a better word, that help with agriculture, some transport. For being the town as close to the shed as it is, it really is pretty limited on those kinds of resources, and it's very like hometown support rather than heavy technology. Yeah. I guess I'll open it up here. If I know Lex has an idea about a character, and you guys have had a chance to look through the playbooks, so I just wanted to hear what you guys are thinking, and what direction you guys are hoping to take your little group. As I said, ideally, we'd all know each other and have some interaction. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You can find each other. Yeah, just opening it up. Let's go. Tell me your thoughts.
I'll go.
Yeah, go for it.
I have ideas
Yes.
and thoughts and pixel art that you can't see because this is a recording, but I bet it'll be on the Patreon or something. My idea is to play a little mixed Korean girl named Chaeyoung Kim And I'm thinking about like Computer Geek, because 1986 is when the original Metroid came out in Japan, which it wouldn't have been in the United States yet, but when I was young in like the late 90s, so like maybe 10 years later, it was common for like relatives to like go pick you up stuff when they went back to Korea or stuff, and like, you know, maybe a cool cousin hopped over to Japan, got me a copy of Metroid, and so I want to play this like scrappy little geek girl who is obsessed with Metroid, and she's got like a little cardboard blaster on her arm, and a little like dinosaur pet named Samus, of course, who's actually not a dinosaur. She's a pterosaur. They're different. Dinosaurs just like a different group of ancient reptiles. So, and yeah, so like that's sort of my idea, is just maybe 11 to 13 years old. And I feel like I'm pretty flexible, just depending on what everybody else picks. And yeah, that's sort of like, maybe I spend a lot of time at the arcade. There's only 2 games at the arcade, but it's more than what I have at home. I mean, I guess I have Metroid at home, but sometimes you just need a break. You get tilted, and you know you can't beat that boss. You need a break and go down to the arcade.
Beautiful. Anyone else have any stirrings of ideas yet?
Yes. I was thinking like probably my original thought was older, like probably 15, but again, I am flexible with that also for whatever we decide. But I was thinking just little punk skater kid with the troublemaker type. Basically, 2004 Avril Lavigne is 100% the inspiration for this. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, Zach.
Oh, I had 2 that I was thinking about. Either a jock, like a sort of cheer gymnast jock, or a Doomsday Prepper hick. Still trying to figure that out. Either way.
How do you combine that? How do you combine that in a way that doesn't suck? Because it's gotta be there, right?
You could make that for sure.
I could have a Doomsday Prepper hick that just is a cheerleader, and that's just not a mechanic thing. That would be really cool. I also know that like the indigenous tribe that I'm personally connected to is based in Montana, so I figure they're probably going to be maybe 2nd generation removed from Blackfoot Indians, so a little Siksika on the scene. That's what I'm thinking about.
I love that.
Yes. Allyson, Eli, any thoughts? Or I can kind of go over what I guess I can give you guys like an idea of what things are going to be looking like.
Sure.
If you want a little idea of where the story's going to start.
Sure.
Yeah, I have some ideas, but I'm still baking them, so I'm open to slotting in where needed.
So, as our story begins, we'll be finding each of you at school on the last Friday before fall break. I grew up in the South, and so in the South, in some of the really small towns, not in my town specifically, but in some of the really, really small towns, you get a break in school for it's like a hunting week break. And like parents pull their kids out of school, so they just close school. And they go hunting because it's deer hunting season. So in a similar vein, in Wakewind, partway into October, students are given a week off of school to help the community prepare for winter. Some families hunt for meat to be dried and kept in reserve in case food deliveries become delayed due to weather, because you guys are pretty remote. Some patch up old buildings and make sure the insulation is intact. Some people help harvest at the greenhouses. But it's like it's a town-wide effort. Everyone pitches in. Even people who work at the shed are given like shortened hours so that they can go do their part in the town. So something you guys should consider is what you're going to be doing to help during fall break. Obviously, this isn't going to take up all your time because you're kids. But you guys are at the age where parents start expecting you, and like the community as a whole expects you to pitch in and do what you can. I mean, and even when you're not necessarily working, there may be like a shopkeep who asks you to take something over to a greenhouse, or little errands around town they might ask you to do to pitch in. You've also been hearing about, just like distantly from the adults in your life, you've been hearing kind of like murmurs of something in the woods that's not normal. It's not the normal like mountain lions, bears, wolves that you would expect in the woods. There's something else going on. And they haven't really said anything specific yet. It's just been it's that parent thing where they're talking about it in really hushed, low voices, and then they realize you're around and they shift attitudes really quickly. So it's intense but uncertain. Yeah. So you may be traipsing around the woods. You may be going around town. You'll all have some kind of mode of transportation, be it a bike or a skateboard or a scooter. So there's a little bit of a thing I'd like to read really quick. So there are 6 principles of the loop given by the book. We can add our principles to it, but these are the 6 that the book gives. Is that your hometown is full of strange, fantastic things. The second is that every day is dull and unforgiving. Third is adults are out of reach and out of touch. Fourth is the land of the loop is dangerous, but kids will not die. Fifth, the game is played scene by scene. And sixth, the world is described collaboratively. So basically, I've set up the town and kind of the basics, but anything that you guys think would be nice to have, something that you want to add, something you think would be cool, we can absolutely add that in there. This is a base town, and everything else is going to be you guys. We're going somewhere between Goonies and Stranger Things for vibes, so.
I'm currently looking at the town layout because I feel like that I need to I'm trying to find it is what I'm saying. I'm trying to find that because I feel like that can inform a lot of sort of connective tissue and vibes and stuff.
Right. So if you guys want to look at the map, this is, as I said, a very basic map. I'm going to figure out how to make a map of the town before we're actually going. But this is just to kind of give you guys an idea of where you are. So you can see Tally Lake to the right, or I guess in the center. And then at the northernmost part is where the shed is. And then to the west, and actually on the other side of the mountain from the lake, is where Wakewind is. So Wakewind is part of, it's a mountain town, so it's kind of partway up the mountain in the forest itself.
This is a great setting. I love that vibe for especially this type of genre. Back to Wakewind.
But no, that actually does lead me to a question, because it's a small town, right? But is it that kind that's like either the small town where everything's in the same 20 feet, or you have to drive 20 minutes to get anywhere? Because I think that would help. Because I want to connect to some of the places you've already written about.
So the town itself is pretty insular. It's like within probably 5 by 5 miles is where all of the stuff in the town is. People live further out if they feel like it. There are obviously some kids that have to trek in from further out for school. But for the most part, the town is kind of contained.
I love this dueling diners thing. I feel like that would be a fun storyline or a subplot or something.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously has that if 2 of the characters in the party swear on the diner burger and they it's comes to a scrap in the schoolyard over it. That gets real, and that's very fun in genre thing. I feel like
maybe Greta is my mom. Greta's Grub.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn, and one of your friends likes the Home Kitchen's burger better.
Yeah, I feel very passionate about it. I'm leaning towards the jock character, but just I'm gonna go full on quintessential dumb mill dude jock with a heart of gold, of course.
A himbo through and through.
Himbo.
Yeah,
a 12-year-old himbo.
Yeah, he's not even pretty though. He's just
Right.
He's just rough. He's out
he's
here.
just rough around the edges. Yeah, but he loves his mom and grew up on her burgers, and they're just the best.
That's so good.
Hands
Amazing.
down.
Okay, I'm gonna lock in Hick then. I'm gonna be the Doomsday Prepper because that's really fun.
Yes. That's excellent.
Eli, do you have any character ticklings? Anything tickling your fancy?
No, thinking weirdo.
Cool.
Thinking maybe bookworm. I don't know.
Both are great. Do you guys want to establish some relationships first and see if that'll help you create your vibe?
Sure.
Everyone can agree on an age. I think if everyone's you don't all have to be the same age, you don't have to be related. You probably know each other because you're in town. If you want to be friends, that's chill. If you don't want to be friends, we can make that work.
Did any of the others have thoughts on age? Because like Kerri and I are kind of like on the opposite ends of the range, right? It's like you could choose to be 10 to 15.
10 to 15, yeah.
Okay. And Lex, you said you were skewing younger.
I'm also like if I I'm thinking like 11 to 13. So if I go 13, then anybody can do any age. I think if you center on 13, it's probably fine. So
Okay.
I can skew younger if people want to go younger. But I think it would actually, if like we had one more data point between me and Kerri, would be helpful.
Okay. Kerri, how old were you thinking of?
I said 15, but I can
Okay.
change that too if need be.
I was thinking 14. I think I usually just choose 14.
Yeah.
Like,
14 sounds good for the jock. Because then that's freshman year, I think.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. A 13-year-old, an 8th grade jock would be so funny, but bro. Yes, I'll be 13. That works for
Okay.
me.
Perfect.
Else?
Kerri, you said 15.
Yeah.
You know what might be like probably the first place to look for relationships is like where does everybody hang out most of the time?
Mm-hmm.
Like you probably see that person. Maybe you hate the person that's there all the time, but like at least there's something. Like I'm probably at the arcade fairly often, maybe not every day, but like that's sort of my scene.
Yeah. You're at the soda fountain a fair amount.
Yeah. I got really snobby about root beer. Actually, I tried to look up what games were out, like fighting games were out in arcades in '86. I didn't realize how long it took for video games to get like playable. It's like late '90s before they're like actually decent.
I feel. Oh wait, go ahead.
And I think I'm gonna play the weirdo, but can my anchor be Greta? Greta, yeah.
Absolutely.
What's his name's mom? Since somebody else's friend's mom can be my anchor,
That's so
For sure.
cute.
I love that.
I just show up there just to get burgers too.
Oh my God,
My mom.
What if none of us? What if everybody here likes Greta's Grub, and then we have to just fight some other people who have that taste?
Oh, I love that.
That could also be fun. So,
That
like,
could
there's-
bond us.
Yeah.
That could be what, like, I imagine we would still be kids trying to find a place to like hang out at, so we end up just hanging out at this hamburger
Greta's.
stand.
Right.
Yeah.
You
And
will
actually-
have. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go
We'll
ahead.
have an option or not an option. We will build you guys a hideout, basically.
Oh.
So that means you can pick it. And if you want to make it Greta's Grub, you're more than welcome to. We can have like a back room that
Oh shit.
maybe Allison's character has like converted, or we can make that work if that's where you guys want to have your hideout.
That might be.
Sure. I like
that might
that.
be sick.
It's cool. I was gonna say I have the idea that maybe my character came along with Greta's Grub. Like it was like Greta and the Grub that like brought you all together, and then you realized it's my mom. And so then I started hanging out with you.
And also they're here too.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
That's the fun thing about child friendships. It's like that. I guess that person's also here.
Mm-hmm.
We're friends.
Yep.
I think if my family is the kind, I think like my family is fully into hunting week. If there's a person that's supplying like meat, that might be my family, and that's why I've seen the both of you. Is like we come to just like drop off special shit, and we just end up stuck together.
The good stuff.
Yeah. Venison.
I have a friend whose like family friends will go like duck and goose hunting sometimes, and they'll bring back goose, and it's incredibly rich and like gamey still, but like, oh my god, it's delicious. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like they killed this goose like 3 days ago, and it's incredible.
Be a thing. Maybe if they're like butchers, that would make more sense.
I feel like maybe I don't know what the town like. I feel like maybe there's not a lot of places to skate. I'm speaking from experience. So, you know, small town, dirt roads everywhere, here anyway. Not many places to actually skate, no skate park or anything like that. So maybe like in the, like behind the Greta's Grub is where I had like set up stuff to try to skate on, and I kept getting in trouble for skating there, and maybe I was just kind of like adopted by this friend group, like, hey, just come inside.
It's cold. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're bleeding. Come inside.
We ordered an extra hot cocoa and it's minus 10 degrees outside. Please.
What are you doing?
Why is your helmet over there? It needs to be
There are
on.
no sponsors out here. They're not going to sponsor you.
There's like one monster sticker just to sort of manifest.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's great. Cool. So are we kind of locking in Greta's Grub as the hideout?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels good. A diner feels nice.
Yeah. Would we like to start working on? I can lead us through some character building if that sounds like everyone's ready for it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. So you've all chosen your type, so go ahead and write that down for everyone. And then you've chosen your age, which is good. And so once you've chosen your age, you're going to distribute a number of points equal to your age in between the 4 attributes. 4 attributes are body, tech, heart, and mind. Body is the ability to jump high, run fast, fight, sneak, and climb. Tech is the ability to understand machines and robots, program technological things, open locked doors, and build things. Heart is the ability to make friends, lie, know the right people, create a good atmosphere, and persuade others. And mind is the ability to find weak points, understand people, situations, and creatures, solve riddles, understand clues, and give the right knowledge at the right time. So you can go 1 to 5 in all of those, 5 being the most, 1 being the least, obviously. So if you're 13, you have 13 points. If you're 15, you have 15 points, et cetera, et cetera. So go ahead and spread those out in whatever array feels good to you.
And that's not the sub skills, right? Just the first 4?
Right, just the main 4. Body, heart, tech, mind.
Okay, work. I feel like I'd be more of a body person. If anyone...
I was laughing because I'm like, I think I'm creating like a literal meat shield. Like I just realized with the hamburger. With the hamburger connection.
Big sweet kid.
Hamburglar.
So you said you're going to be more body?
Yeah, I think body
Yeah,
and
both of
heart.
us.
Then I'm going to be...
Do we have anyone tech? Lex, is your character
Lex is
tech?
probably gonna be
Oh
tech.
yeah, I'm maxing out tech.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning body and mind.
Great.
Yeah, I'm going to be mind and probably body as well, because that's what weirdos do.
Summon heart.
Love it.
All right, let me know once everyone's got their attributes selected.
Why is empathize under mind and not heart?
That's a great question. I think it's more about sorry, I need to flip to the right page. So it's more about like understanding people rather than
It's like more action words under heart. It feels like sort of like active type of things.
Yeah.
And then empathize and investigate. It feels like comprehend kind of also works with empathize. It is a weird thing at first.
Yeah,
it's like weird. Like heart seems like it's like all these are like reaching out toward someone. I guess empathize is also doing that, but in my mind it feels different, and I can't articulate it.
Yeah, it's almost like you're able to understand their situation versus like really reach out and connect with them.
Yeah,
it feels like they're like you're trying to convince someone to act a certain way. For all of those, like contact is like answer me please, charm is like do the thing that I want, and then lead is also do the thing that I want but in a different way.
Okay.
I think I ended up with 2 in body, 5 in tech, 2 in heart, and 4 in mind. I'm just going to be obnoxious.
Oh, you're going to be such a little nerd. Heavy nerd energy.
Yeah, don't ask me to convince anybody to do anything. I got 2 points in it.
All right.
I took a heart as the main one. 5 in heart, 4 in body, 3 in tech, mostly just for tinkering.
Right,
I think
because you know how to work a crossbow and like rig that stuff up.
For sure.
Like,
yeah, it's really like Bass Pro Shop. I understand everything in there. That's done. And 2 for mind.
Nice.
So I think we'll be okay.
I did 5 for mind, 4 for body, 3 for tech, and 1 for heart.
Nice.
Eli said, I don't care what you want to do. I'm going to roll you over.
I went 5 for body, 3 for tech, 2 for heart, 5 for mind.
Ooh, nice.
Good. Yes.
I'm the meat boy. 5 for body, 2 for tech, 3 for heart, and 4 for mind. Even though he's not very smart, I feel like he might be good at investigating things.
Yeah.
So
intelligence in TTRPGs is like a whole we could I'm sure we can all talk about it for hours.
Oh yeah. We all have our opinions.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're gonna establish your luck points, which should be pretty easy. It's 15 minus your age, so Kerri, you have no luck. Lex, you have 2. Allyson and Zach, you have 1. Eli, how old did you say you were?
I'm doing 13.
13. Then you also have 2.
Cool.
Those are basically you get 1 die reroll if you spend a luck to do something.
Is that for the whole?
No, it's each session.
Oh, okay.
But you can't save them between sessions, so use them while you got them.
Nice.
Next, you are going to... So you now have 10 skill points to distribute. So on each of your playbooks, essentially, you have... Or archetypes, you have what are called key skills. So these are skills that you can have a 3 in. All other skills, you can only start with a 1.
Okay.
And this is going to help build your dice pool for what you're going to roll. So, like, let's see. For our hick, your key skills are force, move, and tinker. You can have 3 in each of those if you want to. You don't have to have 3, but like 3 is the cap you can have, and any other skill you can only have 1.
But we still have to contribute that 3 to the overall 10 points.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you spent 3 on force, then it would be you have 7 left. And if you need to know what any of these mean, let me know, and I can give you a more specific definition.
Do you need to, so like for tech, if I have 5 points, am I spending from that, or am I just spending from 10?
You're just sending from the 10. So the 10 is just for your skills. When I ask you to roll, I'll ask you to roll a pool, so you'll have the pool of your attributes. So whatever number. So like if it's tech program, you'll take your tech pool, and you'll take whatever you have in program, and you'll roll all of those dice together.
Gotcha.
What is contact?
Contact is the ability to know the right person. So knowing who to go to around town, knowing who to ask about X thing, knowing who might have information, basically.
Is the difference between force and move like dexterity and physical strength?
So force is lifting heavy things, fighting, and enduring physical stress. And moving is climbing, balancing, and running fast. So exactly like strength v dex.
And you said only our key stats can be a 3. Everything else has to start as a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other you won't have enough to put 1 in everything, obviously.
But every other skill that is, I'm just saying, every other skill that is in your key has to be a 1.
Yeah, every other skill that you want to take can be a 1. There are going to be some that are 0, and that's totally fine because you'll still have your pool of whatever's left of your attribute attached to it.
When does calculate come up? How many math problems am I going to have to solve? And can I do like homemade, because I can do math?
Calculate, I don't. Well,
What does it say in the?
The book says understand mechanics and other technical systems. And without giving too much away, there's a pretty heavy chance that you're gonna want someone who can calculate.
And then program is different from that?
Create and manipulate computer programs and electronic devices. So calculate is like understanding the machine part of it, and programming is understanding the software part of it.
Computer part of it. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
It looks like we're gonna have some heavy investigators in this group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Likely.
I think so, yeah. A lot of minds.
Although I can only take a 1 in it specifically because it's not on my jock list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to comprehend stuff, but I'm not going to investigate them.
I'm picking a good investigation score.
Okay.
Sweet. I'm not taking any program, calculate, or investigate, but I have stuff in everything else.
Cool.
I don't have
nothing in heart.
Yeah.
No heart. All body, mind, and tech. That's all I need.
We're gonna be a cyborg.
It's metal as fuck, yeah.
All right, everyone good on their skills? Everyone feeling solid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
And I'm of the mind, personally, in my games, that, like, especially when it's short games like this, if we start playing the first game and you're like, why did I put something in here? This is useless. And you come to me and you're like, hey, can I change where my skills are? Yes. Like, yeah, it's dumb and unfun if you don't have like especially because this is going to be such a short game. Mm-hmm. I want you guys to feel comfortable, like, changing it up a little bit if you need to. And especially because this is a new system to most of us. Yeah. So you now need to pick an iconic item. It says you start the game with an iconic item. It works just like other items, but also says something about who you are. This item gives you 2 bonus dice in a situation where it's being used to help you overcome a trouble. The iconic item cannot disappear or break whatever happens unless you want it to. If it gets stolen or lost, you'll find it somewhere at the end of the mystery. The iconic item can't be used by other kids. So
Bye.
finding something that is yours that says something about you. A lot of your archetypes have suggestions, like the Hick has German Shepherd, Crowbar, Tractor. But you can make up your own. It's totally cool. Just let me know.
I've chosen the rat.
Oh, you have a rat?
Nice.
The rat will be mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a classic weirdo pet.
Yeah.
You can also,
They're really nice.
He sits in my hat. I've made it so.
Oh, Ratatouille.
Yeah.
God damn it. I can't get away from fucking Ratatouille.
Ratatouille plus X-Files. That's very Mayday.
Yes.
Skateboard for me.
Skateboard, okay. And as I said, there are dinosaurs around, and in this town, they've been kind of like smaller species have been bred as like household pets. So if you want to have a household pet that's a dinosaur, but not necessarily have it as an iconic item, that's super fine. It's truly whatever your heart desires.
There's a lot of small dinosaurs.
You can't help me with dinosaurs, you know? Like,
I have an Anarognithidae or something. I looked it up. There's a lot of small dinosaurs that can make cute pets.
Yeah.
Like there's pretty small tyrannosaurids. Velociraptors were like chicken size, basically.
Yeah.
okay, I want some weird, silly little dinosaur.
Okay.
Like one of the strange ones, not one of the cool kids.
I
Find
wonder
you
what
a
will
weird
happen
little
if I
baby and send
Google
it to me and it's
fucked up
yours.
dinosaur.
I want a hunting pterodactyl.
Mine
for sure.
mine's more like a dog, so it's like because the pterosaurs have those like quadrupedal, like I love that. Hunting pterodactyl is so rad. What if we all got dinosaurs that weren't actually dinosaurs and drive all the science people wild?
Yes.
I'm truly so into
I
that.
love upsetting the science. Yeah. As long as I'm just looking for a friend who can be very sneaky and help me with my investigation. So I will find a silly lad. That
I typed in first weird mammals. I think we've gone to something.
Yeah.
Are there any
these don't have to be
big
your
dinosaurs?
iconic items? Sorry, Allyson, what was that?
Are there any big dinosaurs, like just for the purposes of riding one to school, kind of a situation?
I've never heard of a big
Correct.
dinosaur.
In this town specifically.
In Wakewind, there
Small
aren't
boys
too
only.
many big ones. You
Okay.
know, around the shed there are a couple because they're hard to hide. But as far as outside, like the electrified fence, they're mostly like what's that big dog? Great Dane size or smaller.
Like
Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
They have on this list that Zach put, they have the smallest prehistoric elephant that weighed like 500 pounds, which I assume would
It's pretty
carry a
small.
small child. Just like look at it like it's just like, yeah.
Baby elephants are like 400 pounds. So yeah, it's about the size of a baby elephant.
You're gonna have the strangest cast of people
Truly,
and companions.
I want this so much. I want whatever you guys want to happen to happen.
If you show up to Mayday Roleplay and you don't make a fucked up little guy, that's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you. That's your
This is the place to make a fucked up little guy.
I think I gotta go just computer for the computer geek.
Yeah, yeah. for
Classic.
sure.
You need one. And I've got a little dinosaur as a pet as not an iconic thing. So I think I'll go weird with the pet and just normal with this one.
Perfect.
I kind of like the idea of carrying like a Wonder Bar everywhere, just in case.
Yeah.
Or like even just like a Leatherman or something. That might be.
A Leatherman?
Yeah, it's got like it's the little tool you like. It's got the like
Oh,
clippers
yeah.
and knife and something like that. Yeah.
And don't forget, like your iconic item should say something about your character. So
Yeah. I think a Leatherman is her bag.
perfect. We got a computer. We got a Leatherman. We got Kerri. You're sticking with your skateboard. Cool.
I think I'm gonna go with a turner or like a spatula from my dad. He's not around anymore.
Okay.
And like I don't know if I remember him cooking with it, but my mom told me that this was his. And I keep it in my backpack. And
Nice.
it's like a really odd shaped item. And so it's like constantly like stabbing through the bottom of the backpack, and I have to patch the bottom constantly. So my backpack has all these cool patches on it. Maybe that's how I met one of you, trying to like get cool patches for my busted up backpack from this metal spatula.
Let's actually stop there for a minute. And we're going to do questions for the group. There are also some questions for you as kids that you'll need to answer at some point, but those are private for you, like just between you and me. You can just write them out if you want to. It's the same with your problem, your drive, your pride, and your anchor. How did you all meet? How did you become like a cohesive little ragtag group of punks?
Maybe you know how like some places have like a kids table. Maybe we were all just kind of there so many days a week or whatever, and are just kind of like assigned to, you know, yeah, go sit over there, and then we all just eventually got to talking, and that's just where we go now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's like how kid friendships happen. I dig that.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, however, whatever reason we keep coming back, like, I feel like my character comes back because this is a place that isn't preparing for the end of the world. That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that.
Zach, would your character bring meat, like deliveries?
Yes.
Are you still
I
going?
think,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Because like I kind of see it. Well, wait, whose character was the one? Oh no, the weirdo is the one that gets the free food. Okay. I might have a strong connection with Zach's character and Eli's character then. Because if Eli's character is getting kind of my mom's attention and like free hamburgers and stuff, I might have a little bit of a jealousy thing going on.
Ooh.
And then we're probably maybe with Zach's character, like those kids that are at the same work function and they see each other all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
like,
Yes.
hey, see you again.
Yeah. They have no choice to
Hang
keep
out
getting
because
shoot
we're,
up.
yeah, we
Yeah.
have no choice to hang out because we're here by proximity.
This is also the first time in the last couple of years that you've all been at the same school again. Because there's only really two schoolhouses that goes pre-K through 7th and then 8th through 12th. So you're all in the secondary school building now. Who in the group has the most to say?
I feel like if we're in the fucking woods and we're gonna be in the woods for a while, I feel like my character is gonna have a lot to say about literally anything that we see or interact with.
I will be a mouth, but I'm not. You don't want me being the mouth. Like,
Right.
just really loud and obnoxious, but not in the way, like, not in a charming way.
Okay.
For sure.
So
Okay.
you are the face of the party then.
Like, if I lose control of my mouth, which I often do and will, then yeah, I become the face, and it's a problem. But
Amazing.
generally, if I can keep myself in check or distract myself with my dino dog, I'll be okay. I think that's what happened. Is like, I'm not really like that great to be around, but I have a very friendly dog. So everyone's just like, yeah. And I'm like, I like these people enough. I'm not like actively mean to these people now. But like in the beginning, it's like, these fucking people. But I think it like slowly warmed up to the group, and like I think Samus is like my MS, like someone who like bridges the gap between me and like making friends and stuff. Probably why my parents got her for me in the first place. Like, you're not making a lot of friends, but like if you have a dino dog, that's a natural conversation starter.
Okay, cool.
What makes you laugh? What's funny to these kids? What's a thing in their world? Because everyday life is pretty dull and unchanging. So what are things that bring them joy? I guess that's a better question, is what are things that like bring them joy?
What sparks joy in your life?
What sparks joy in your children?
Do you think we would all, now that we're kind of acclimated to each other and made into a friend group through small town circumstance, would we have an activity that we seek out together other than the diner chats? Like, would we go throw stones at a still pond or something? Like, are we that kind of a group?
We could go looking like, okay, so remind me, was there like reptile stuff on the no list on the lines or veils?
No.
We could like,
about reptiles.
I haven't done this yet, but I want to since I recently got into reptiles, but I go herping and like look for cool snakes and lizards in the mountains and stuff. And that's how we find like traces of monster things. It's like, that's not anything I've ever seen before. Like that, nothing like that lives in Montana, stuff like that.
What if we
Like,
thought
we go
were, like,
foraging
looking
and stuff.
for like a new
Yeah, okay.
species or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're like all like trying to discover a new species. That's fun.
Or like the Swamp Club.
The
I think
Swamp
we
Club.
start with like lunch at the diner, and we just like go into the woods behind the diner. Like we just keep going back from there.
I need Swamp Club patches now. Like Swamp Club is so
I
good.
knew them
Swamp Club.
yesterday.
So it's really good. I think
But we're
my
in a mountain,
character's
right?
my character's going along for like free tutoring, like about swamp creature. Like he really has no sense of any of this. Like he's not going to look at a set of tracks and be like, "That's not something I've never seen before." He's just like, "Wow, you guys know so much about all kinds of things."
Oh, that's sweet jock.
Amazing. So Swamp Club. That's what I'm going to call you guys. I'm just going to call you guys the Swamp
Hell
Club.
yeah,
I love when you can find a group name this early on.
love it.
It's powerful.
Are we referred to that? Like, is that what we're called by like other people? Also, like those are the Swamp Kids.
Swamp
Absolutely.
Kids.
I was gonna say, it's
Absolutely.
kind of an insult.
It got worse.
And we're
Yeah.
We say
it's like
Swamp
that thing
Club.
where you've, like,
Them
taken
They
Swamp
say
Kids.
Swamp Kids.
Yeah,
Aren't you the
Swamp
Swamp Kids? Swamp Club.
Club.
It's an
a club,
organization.
It's an organization. We have a treasurer.
It's sponsored by the science teacher. Okay.
We have a treasurer. That's the
Who's the
saying.
treasurer? Who's the treasurer of the Swamp Kids?
What's the name of the dog?
Samus.
Samus.
Yes, Samus.
You see Samus with one of those goofy snaggletooth smiles and like $6 bills just between the teeth.
We treat him like
eating money.
we treat him like a piggy bank.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I guess I probably would be a treasurer because I have 3 in calculate. I know that's not exactly what that is for, but I asked about it.
Yeah.
That's great.
But we
Yeah.
still tell people it's the dog. Or
Yes, I always tell people it's Samus. I never break character, but it's me actually.
It was me all along.
Me, Dio.
Amazing. Who is there another group of kids that you guys don't like?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's got to be
They
some
hang
weird,
out.
arbitrary
Yeah.
swamp
Other
kid.
Diner. Yeah, fucking other
Oh, yeah,
diner
from the
kid.
other
The other
Diner
diner kids.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that works because I was looking for a problem, and I was like, I don't really like the tough guys hit me. My parents are always arguing. That's boring. He or she doesn't even know I exist. And in this world where we banned homophobia, we just have like a little like Romeo and Juliet. Chaeyoung has a crush on a girl from the other diner, and it's like I was like, somebody has to have a crush on someone in the diner. I was
You're
like,
gonna
oh,
be
it's me.
those. You're gonna be those ones.
Yeah,
Love overcomes all.
yeah.
Yes.
Awkward computer geek has crush on whatever other like person at the other diner.
They have to be like jocks or something. Like they
I
gotta
guess,
be
like,
like
they gotta
some count like or the theater club or
Oh
something.
yeah, if there's like an
you know?
archetype we didn't hit, like grab one of those and plop that in there. That's very good.
Feel like a herpetology club is the opposite of the theater kid.
Yeah, so we
So-
go outside for fun. So I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's intentionally not vain at all.
It could also be a full rock band, like the school band, or like something with music, and they're very
Oh,
put
yeah.
together. They have like
The
matching
very
jackets.
cool like punk sort of, or like
The drum line.
the punk kids. Drum
The
line.
drum line? That is two very lame groups battling it out between diners is so good.
I just can't have people thinking about Nick Cannon whenever they think about our show.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Who among you is the most mocked? Oh, yeah. Do you guys
Immediately,
protect
like, it's-
Eli's character, or do you guys just kind of let it happen?
Oh, I'm about to pick a flaw. So good when shit hits the fan, I don't back down because I think they came after me
Yes.
first, and then I'm not
Didn't
very
shut the fuck
strong,
up.
but I just started yelling at them in a way that like only immigrant parents can yell at kids, and you can learn that skill, which is vicious. And then people just left me alone. Also, I have a dog, a dinosaur dog,
That's our girl.
and I'm unpleasant to be around. So,
Yeah,
but then I
I'm
saw
gonna-
them go after Eli's character, and I would have been like, that doesn't fly. None. You don't just find the next target.
Yeah, I'm a troublemaker, so I think going back to like who's the mouthpiece, when I try to talk, I think you shut me up most of the time. Because you're like, you are not going to help at all. You're actually going to make things worse. But then whenever anybody's being made fun of, I'm released.
You're like, go.
Release the beast.
We're almost holding the collar until the one day we're just like, you know what?
That
You
was
shouldn't
too
worry
far.
about the dinosaurs. You got to worry about.
Don't worry about Kerri's character.
I love that.
Trouble.
That's so good.
I feel like my character might be the most traditionally popular out of all of you, but I've maybe over the years that we've known, I mean, probably since middle school, right? That we've known each other.
Yeah.
Does that sound right to y'all?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've been on the outs with the popular kids, so I'm still on the team. Here's the thing about my character, though. He actually doesn't care about sports that much. He's just naturally really good at sports.
Yeah.
He actually wants to take over the hamburger store, and his mom like thinks he's like gonna get out there and like
Oh,
make it out of the town. And he's just like, I just love this place, though.
This
So-
really is a small
And
town.
we love you,
love letter.
hamburger boy.
Hamburger boy. Oh my god, make his initials HB, and then later on we could be like hamburger boy.
Oh, so cute. Henry.
That's- Henry.
Henry sounds
Henry,
right.
yeah. This has also reminded me of like Appalachia style kind of stories too, which I don't have a lot of experience with, but I've either dated or like known people who are like that was a big part of their identity. So this is, I'm sort of like imagining that as well. I guess it's not that far, but it's not the same thing at all.
Mm-hmm. Kerri, you're playing the oldest character.
Yep.
Do you feel protective of the younger kids, or are you annoyed by the younger kids?
Oh no, I think it's protective, 100%.
Great.
Like, I'm annoyed by other younger kids, but this group,
But not your younger kids.
yeah, these are my younger kids, yeah.
Yeah. We've got where you hang out in town. So at this point, there are mostly just things for you guys to do on your own. Got to pick a problem, a drive, a pride. We've already figured out our relationships with each other. If you guys want to deepen those relationships with each other, or like, you know, build tension in there, I'm super comfortable with that. You choose an anchor. So your anchor, let me find the information
Greta's
about anchor.
mom. It's on. It's. I think it's on the.
it's all
It's HB's mom.
It's all-
Yeah.
It's all Greta.
It's all Greta all the time.
Okay, so all of you have an anchor, which is a person you can go to for support, comfort, and care. It can be a friend, a teacher, a parent, or a neighbor. It cannot be another kid. So you guys can't be each other's anchors because you're all kids. So when you're suffering one or more conditions, which are upset, scared, exhausted, injured, or broken, you can have a scene with your anchor and heal all conditions. You have to let the anchor take care of you, and there must be a physical or mental closeness with you. I'm not allowed to put you in danger during that scene, so anytime you're in your hideout or with your anchor, you're safe. and nothing bad's going to happen to you.
I think since we're like Swamp Club and one of my possible anchors, suggested anchors, is science teacher. So I feel like the sponsor of the club,
Yep.
Whoever that may be, I think that will be my anchor. Mrs. something or other, or Miss something or other. Miss Honey.
Miss Honey.
Miss Honey.
Just a quick, I'll go over the hideout super quick. You all have a hideout together where you can be alone and safe. Players should agree where their hideout is and where it's located. I can't put any NPCs in the hideout unless the kids show them. The game master may not put you in trouble when you're in the hideout, but you can put yourself in trouble, for example, arguing with another kid. You can heal your conditions in the hideout in the same way as using an anchor. But you have to have 2 or more of the party present with you. So like you guys have to be like telling secrets or comforting each other or sharing a snack or something like that to heal in the hideout.
The character sheet also has favorite song, and so I looked up top song of 1986 and didn't find anything that I wanted. Then I looked at top song of 1985 and found Take On Me right away.
Perfect. Take On Me slaps. I'm gonna make a suggestion about your hideout. You can take or leave it. It's not a thing either way. If you want to have like a separate room in the diner, I was gonna say that there's maybe like a storeroom where your mom keeps like old busted tables, chairs, and then like supplies. So if you guys want to have claimed a corner of that as your hideout and like made it like put up tables as a barricade and like put blankets over it or whatever, you can call that your hideout. If you just want to have it in the middle of the diner, that's super fine too.
I think like that it would be cool to have that little space, and then we're still kind of also patrolling out. Like we might sit out there to get food because I imagine Greta doesn't like us eating
right
in our little fort.
That's how you get rats.
That's how you get rats.
And then we might go back there, you know. So we're just kind of always kind of all around, but that might just for mechanics' sake be our actual hangout.
Yeah, like an inner sanctum, but really like we're like, because the diner's just more room for us to like play out scenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be more close too, because if we're all huddled underneath a table with like that big tablecloth and like a bunch of like almost like a blanket fort situation, that'll be really cute.
Flashlight, reading comic books.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys the homework of pick a problem, drive, pride, anchor, physical description, favorite song, name and pronouns. Send me your character sheets when you have all of those set up. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about with y'all. Yes, scheduling is the last thing. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything in here that I needed to. So we have a computer geek. We have a troublemaker. We have a jock. We have a hick. And we have a weirdo. Perfect. Well, I'll get us off of our recording for scheduling because that's not fun for anyone to watch or listen to. But check us out in April for Tales from the Loop. Thank you, friends, for joining us. And here we go. Bye.